All right, folks, we're back, and we're going to be casting Neeb versus Zanster. It's going to be the very last match of the day for us. It is going to be best of 3, and we've just confirmed mainstream is not going to be casting it. So let me update title of stream. Neeb, Zanster. It's the finals of that group too. I'm honestly shocked that Neeb is here, but if Zanster talks to Lambo, he figures out what tricks or tactics to use. There's a very actual possibility Neeb might not make it to the finals of this tournament for like the first time in 3 WCS events.
It's so crazy to think about, yeah. Oh, he's been looking so in form, and I would have loved to see that, yeah, just to see what had happened. But Lambo, man, I mean, Namshar, Lambo.
I'm happy that, you know what, this is a European tournament in Germany. I'm glad to see European players prevailing. Regardless of whatever bias or fandom you guys share, it's just objectively cool seeing players do well in their home region.
Yeah, defending, yeah. Defending against the invaders.
Yeah.
Coming from both sides. Let's see. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think we're going to be okay for that. So I hope you guys are ready for that.
Looks like lobby's going up now. Poking Zanster real quick here. There's a lot of people who are going to be trying to get into this one, though, because it is like one of the last matches of the day.
And I'm joining off of you.
How you trying? I'm not even in there yet. You get there before me? WTF, mate?
I don't know. I saw you do it, and I literally clicked it the second that you got invited, maybe even.
All right. Finishing the day with Neeb versus Zanster. All right. So, again, let's talk about this, because we'll be back for the round of 16 tomorrow, so this is actually kind of relevant for us. Fear Dragon has favorited all those tweets, by the way. Love it.
He would. He's smiling the whole time.
He's so, you know, the thing is, he's either in on the joke, someone told him what was going on, or he's just like, oh my god, I thought it was going so bad, and all these mediocre compliments are bringing my day up. Like, that's how sad it is.
Yeah, I didn't even think of it like that, but yeah.
Ooh, what is that sound? That's a nice sound. That's a holy fuck. We're skipping the intro sound. Tempo, my dude, we just got $105. Is that correct?
What?
105. He says, let's use my dirty GatherBot money to make this a contest. Hashtag kill Tempo.
What? No. What are you doing?
Rest in the pepperonis, dude. Rest in the... You got 2 people... Actually, what was this? Hang on. We'll get back again in 1 sec, guys. So we have $37... No, not even. $32. Hashtag save tempo. 110. Hashtag kill tempo. Oh.
Dude. No freaking way. I... Imagine if we didn't do this series. I would have been safe.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. By the way, thank you so fucking much, dude. If you guys are subbed to the channel, let's make it rain. Get some ASMs in chat for this dude, some hearts, whatever you want to do. We also got War Buffy with a 20-month resub saying, did you guys cover Neeb? Well, I can now safely answer yes, because spawning in the top right in the finals of this group, the Dirty Group H, we've got the Red Protoss from Ting. It's Neeb.
Oh, baby. And in the bottom left-hand corner, he is the Blue Zerg player. Whoop. Okay, it is Zanster. It did like a little freeze for me.
Yes, there are a considerable amount of casters in this game, and I hope that's not going to cause a problem. Lucky for us, we got priority if it is, though, so...
Wow, so another ZVP, and we finally do get to cast Neeb. We figured that he would be making it out, and he would be gone before we even saw him.
Yeah, but usually in a good way. Like, normally Neeb is so fast through the brackets. He's in the winner's match, 2-0, 2-0, done and gone. But the fact is, at the moment, he's fighting for his life.
Yep. Like, legit. It's hard to think about, but hey, this could be, you know, the match that he gets knocked out in. It is a ZVP, which is historically one of his better matchups, but... I think he's feeling a bit more confident in PvT nowadays, as most Protosses are.
Well, most Protosses are. I would find it very hard-pressed to find a Protoss who isn't confident in that matchup in the moment. But
yeah.
Regardless of whatever May-Mays there are, I think Zanster, he's definitely underranked and underdogged compared to Neeb here. But
definitely.
Man, Zanster's done some weird stuff. Dude, in the days of Swarm Hosts, he was the innovator to break them with ultras and banelings. In the most recent days, he's done these ladder sessions where he did no gas builds to GM, like just Queen, Lings, and Spores. He's not creative.
So inadequate.
Yeah, I know, right? He's not creative TLO. He's not going to do crazy, insane, oh my god, we'll remember this for the centuries things. But he can play different. He can play around people. And if he can play around Neeb, he's going to find himself in the round of 16.
Wow, that'd be one of his top finishes, too, I think, at WCS. But it would be nice if he could. But for Neeb, right, he's looking for the win. He wants to win this whole tournament. He's down in this situation. He's in an unfamiliar territory, if you will. And, it is game number 1, so yeah, it's just going to be a straight-up series. I hope you guys are ready for it. And starting out with the Stargate opener, very, very Neeb fashion. Very, almost every Protoss does this nowadays. But Neeb especially will do it over and over and over again.
Chat's now saying that you're dead.
Yep, I'm dead.
Rep Tempo. I have to pay respects for Tempo. Hashtag kill Tempo in chat, guys.
I was waiting for that the whole time.
What I might do after game 1, I might reveal what the kill and save options are to see what people become more inclined to do, or maybe we'll save it for the end. We'll see. At any rate, Neeb's coming across the map. He's already got a couple of adepts ready to poke. That Oracle's going to pair up with it.
Yep. And he goes for the Phoenix afterwards. I remember last time he went for a second Oracle too. But let's see how the micro is going to be here with the Oracle and that adept timing.
Well, what's interesting about this for Neeb is he's not getting much for this. Zanster's done a good job denying the kills. But at the same time,
really good
Zanster,
positioning.
He's got to clean this up if he wants to get this base running. Build cancels are sick. He's denying a lot of kills. Like, Zanster has lost next to nothing through this.
Oh my god, you're right. It's only been a few lings, right? 5 lings in total.
Yeah.
And you know what's next to nothing? Nothing. And that's what Neeb has lost.
Yeah. Neeb, on the other hand, though, it's +1 weapons, melee from Zanster. This is not so uncommon, especially if he's looking to do baneling drops later. You get the +2. A lot of good stuff you can accomplish with this. But right now, with a wall up, there doesn't seem to be anything you can do. And the downside right now that Phoenix just picked off that Overlord means scouting is going to be limited. And Zanster got a quick peek in the main earlier, which was nice, but he won't see any follow-up. He won't see what the transition is, and he knows it's not going to be Oracles forever.
Exactly. There's usually going to be a transition by the Protoss. Yeah, Zanster's done a great job here. I think even the fact that this third is going down now. Yeah, I think, there we go. No, Forge, I thought it was going to be the Twilight. Yeah. So, kind of your standard follow-up. Neeb can be pretty predictable when it comes down to it. It's just that usually he's really solid about it. So if Zanster can pick up on that and say, okay, I kind of know how you play, and try to find some kind of way to catch Neeb off guard, you could, definitely give Neeb a run for his money.
Oh, this is cool. So by the way, that money that came in just now, the big bucks out of Dinwit, apparently, well, we kind of dismissed GatherBot. Apparently there's some like contests or something you can do on it. You got all that money from playing the GatherBot minigames.
What? Really?
Yo, go Dinwit, dude. Hell
yeah. Yo, congrats, my man. Huh. Yo, so this is something different, right? Neeb actually went for 3 oracles. He actually talked about this last weekend, saying, it's just kind of something I've been trying out, whereas most Protosses are going to get 2 oracles. We thought that he did it by accident, and then we asked him about it, and he was like, yeah, I just wanted to try it out and see what it would work out like, and it looks like this is something that he does more regularly now. Nice little run, guys. Trying.
This is, both players have been, like, okay, it's not action-packed, guys. It's a passiver game. But that's because they're both playing really well on the defensive side. Nobody's leaving openings for the other to take advantage of. I mean, granted, Neeb is the one who's getting kills, but not a lot. Not snowballing and not anything that Zanster can't handle losses-wise. In fact, Zanster's already on his way to a 5th base.
Wow, a 5th base and almost 70 workers as well. I guess he lost a few again, but...
This reminds me like old school True for a moment. True would do this thing back in the day where he would expect to lose a base to a Protoss player. He knows the Immortal Sentry all in because this back in the day was so strong. He would build 2 extra bases, 4ths and 5ths early so that he could just retreat back to the other when one was inevitably going to die. Zanster might not have done this with that same mindset, but it will have the same result. And I think that's awesome.
It really is, yeah. A very passive game like you were talking about. So let's at least look at the end game kind of compositions that we're going to see.
That's why we said a $2 donation from Jimmy. Maybe I can save one of Tempo's hairs with this. Hashtag save Tempo. Oh, but then Frankenfurter cheers 100 bits to say hashtag kill Tempo.
What? Yo, you guys. It's kind of exciting, but it's scary because it's me. Like, if it wasn't me on the line, I'd be like, yeah.
I know that if I told you what this was for, you wouldn't care so much, but I like the suspense you're going through because you don't know. You're just like,
I know.
What's going to have in store for me?
The fact that it's like it's a tug of war now, though. It used to be just so overwhelming that I didn't have to worry about it.
You're like, I'm living the lavish life. I'm good to go. I'm like Neeb. I'm on top of my throat. It ain't a thing.
Hey.
But hey, by the way, since Zanster did double base, whether it was with the expectations to lose one or not, throwing down a macro hatchery on top of this, kid's gonna have larva for days. I love the way this has been set up.
Yeah, this has been awesome, actually.
He's on like 90 almost drones. He's got a good fighting chance against whatever Neeb brings. But at the same time, Neeb stays his traps all over the place. Immortals, lots of sentries. Like, this is so good. Double Colossus production's gonna have no problem dealing with Lings and Hydras.
Not at all. This is the composition that Neeb wants. He's continuously seeing exactly what kind of composition that Zanster is going for. And the stasis wards, the fact that he's using these so... I'd say patiently, right? Like, he's not just going in and tagging and then going in and tagging. He's setting these up everywhere and making sure they're in split locations.
So it's kind of like a distraction to the north, but the real attack comes from the south. But Neeb had an observer in position for some time, so he saw this. It was recently killed with that attack, but he knew this was coming, so he split his forces. And if there's one thing Neeb does really well, other than recalls, it's splits. Yeah. And this will hold both sides. Zanster, I don't think, has a chance to overwhelm.
No, not with Hydraling Bane. He's trying to go up to Hive and getting Aspire at the same time. So, yeah, this is really like one of those cerebral games where you scout, test the waters, but you don't actually jump in. It's like, okay, that's cool. Put your toe in there. Say like, okay, I don't want any of that. It's too cold. Wait until it's the perfect temperature. But I don't think it's going to be that way. It's going to be very, very back and forth when it comes down to it here. We might see some multi-pronged aggression out of both. Wow. This is a macro game to the T.
Yo, I know we were making a joke. Man, he's actually got so many. I would love to see him go like rogue level of Banelings. 35 Banelings is nice. 50 or more is best. But he gets on top of the Colossus, takes that out. Baneling's gonna roll in. Force field's denied. Oh, good. Force field's out of Neeb. But while this goes on, he reacts to the south and thinks Zanster couldn't possibly have another huge army, but he does, and it's running through the north side. So,
is it gonna collapse?
Oh my god. He's gonna kill this base. He's gonna get in here with the Banelings. Tempo is gonna run with those probes. He gets caught up a little bit.
It's single target. One hit kills a probe. Oh my god, 23 workers go down.
Oh, whoops. Why is this playing the intro? What's going on there with my scene switcher? I'm sorry,
so
guys.
Intense that the CPU doesn't know what to do. It's crazy.
It freaked out. It was just as amazing as we are. But Zanster is completely overrunning Neeb's bases. 25 workers dead. But regardless of whether Neeb kills it, I mean, Neeb's not going to die here. But he'll kill the army. But Zanster's already preparing for the next step of this game. Brood Lords are going to be on deck. And Neeb is nowhere close to transitioning to a fleet beacon.
Nope. And the creep spread is so good that it is going to be pretty tough for Neeb to get a really nice counterattack now. I think, yeah, falling back here is perfect. Going away, he does not want to deal with this army in the middle of the map. Does he have what it takes to take out 4 Colossus, though? I mean, if he gets the Broodlords out, then sure. But he's not making the Corruptors for it.
Oh. Let's see what happened.
He needs to come from a different
switch thing. It's not going to happen again, guys. I understand what happened now. But, oh, Zergling's getting into this base, destroying Neeb once again. Neeb's gone full attack mode on the other side of the field. 4 Colossus will mow down Hydras. Force fields will keep the Banelings back, but it doesn't stop him from losing 11 probes back at home.
Wow, so while Zanster is killing the economy of Neeb, Neeb's army is getting bigger and bigger. So Zanster, yeah, I mean, if he lets him into the production of the hatcheries, then that's just as bad as attacking right now and losing everything due to the force field. So he's in a kind of a checkmate situation here. Oh my god.
Coming down though, but a 360 force field wall being set up for Neeb. He's almost out of juice. Banelings get in. No matter what they hit, it's going to be good. Colossus starting to fall. Zanster is going to maybe hold the phone. He's starting to run out of ground juice.
+3 has finished, but he's targeting down the Colossus because the Corruptors are out now. And if he can get enough on
God.
the ground, it could work out, but he is down
Tempo.
to 20 supply.
I just checked Neeb's vision. He never saw the top left bases. Zanster's still humming away, and he's taking another base. All he has to do is find a way to clean up these last few units, and he's golden. And with 3 Broodlords on deck, he should be able to, but he's taking so much damage in the interim.
This is so much damage, right? If you look at the units lost, it is starting to look really bad for Zanster, but if he can get these Broodlords out, and enough of them, maybe, but plus 3 Stalkers is no joke.
Yeah, those will be able to focus him down without ground support underneath them. Oh, this looked really doable for Zanster for a moment. Stalkers blink away, this opens up the sentry. Zergly's got a couple of kills.
Oh, and another one of those stasis wards. Not going to be too effective, but it doesn't even matter when you have
Position
this
of the
much
Broodlords is
units.
bad. He gets caught. 2 of the Broodlords down immediately, and I think Zanster's dead. GG, a hell of a game, but Neeb takes it.
Dude. Wow, that was way too,
Where's
like,
my fan?
too much, too quick, too fast.
Whew. That got spicy at the end, man. That was like eating a jalapeno pepper. Jesus. We had 1,000 bits come in, by the way, from 47is saying, I gotta go, but I'll puke on Dinwood if that helps. Dan's game, 1,000, hashtag save tempo.
47ness, man.
You know what? I forgot. The bits counted towards this too. So actually, this is probably a lot closer. This is, if I had to guess, probably within $10 of hashtag kill tempo and hashtag save tempo. Because it's about $50 through bits, 40 something through donations, and then the 105 plus 5 to kill you. So it's probably like 90, if I'm guessing, ballpark, guys. It's like 90 probably to about 110 in favor of hashtag kill.
And we're still only 1 sub away from our goal.
And we're still only 1 sub away from our goal. 1,013 out of 1,014. I forgot. My goodness, tempo. My goodness.
Just can't let you forget. Don't get too caught up on saving and killing me, man. You gotta look out for you.
All right, let's get invited to the lobby here.
We'll
get into game.
That game was really cool. You know, like, seems like PvZ has been so just straight up mid-game. Hydroling worked or it didn't. Whereas that game, it really got down to just being everywhere at once, and Zanster not being able to catch Neeb at a point where he could remax on something that would be able to take out the Stalker Colossus.
By the way, 100 bits coming in from Tremalt saying hashtag save tempo, so a little bit closer. A little bit closer.
Yes.
Marcos technically threw in 1 bit, so I guess it counts.
True. If it ever were to be from 1 bit, like if the difference was 1 bit, I don't know what I would do.
Well, skip the intro. Let's just hop into Neon Violet Square. Zanster and Neeb. Zanster now the one on his last life. Fighting this out here in the finals of the group. Remember, guys, it is Group H. All the other groups have pretty much concluded. Couple of results just waiting to come in. I believe Mas and DNS is on the main stage, and then like literally everybody else is in this game.
Yeah. No, they all piled in here. It's pretty insane.
But for good, for better, for worse, we're going to be casting this, and they'll be done with the day and be back tomorrow with that round of 16. More on that, of course, after. Last couple of chances to hashtag kill or hashtag save tempo. Remember, tempo's still in the hashtag kill zone right now.
Save me, guys, please.
In the top left, we have the red Protoss. Give it up. It's Ting's Neeb.
And in the bottom right-hand corner from Psystorm Gaming, it is the Blue Zerg Zanster.
Man, that kills me. I'm actually literally watching the end of that game on the delay because the delay is so severe we can do that. And Zanster was so close to holding. That's what drives me nuts about this. If he had held... Oh, my voice, where did it go? If Zanster had held, Neeb would have fallen behind in the income and the macro and the bases. Like, that was such a close game, and I'm sure somebody's gonna nitpick and argue and say, Rifkin, you're a noob, you don't know what I'm talking. Fine, but in my opinion, that was a friggin' close game, and if Zanster can do anything close to that again, even if he loses, I'll be damn impressed. But of course, it's not about impressing Rifkin, it's about winning. And going into the round of 16, getting those WCS points and them dollar bills, because while these guys have, at this point, qualified for $1,250, there's nothing they can earn less than that at this point, and 100 WCS points as well. 16th and onwards is $2,750 and triple 300 WCS points.
such a big difference when it comes to the points right there. Like,
well, you got to consider too, last year, if you guys remember, come BlizzCon time, there were several folks who were within 100 or 200 points of one another that could have possibly been the difference of like going or not going. Like, right now, it's not a big deal. Nobody has points, but at the end of the year, it's going to matter. Maybe if you had played slightly higher.
Absolutely. It's, your way to start out. Get that head start. Don't worry about it at the end of the year. Be like, okay, I'm in a comfortable spot now. And then, you know, it's less pressure as the year goes on. So, yeah, I mean, I wanted to go back to what you were talking about. Like, Zanster really had it there, right? Neeb had some of the most perfect force fields there that my boy, the guy that said kill tempo, I'm actually going to say, okay, good for you, because he always tells me to do bailing drops. And I feel like bailing drops right there instead of trying to just attack would have been the difference, right? Like, if you get him all clumped up in there.
Oh, man. Bailing dropping over the force fields, too. There's like so much cool potential of like what could have happened, but it did not happen.
I mean, what can you do, right? Well, if only you were, you know, deep mind and knew every single possible outcome and were able to run them.
Do you see the Dota bot they put out? Elon Musk's AI or whatever?
I've heard about it, but I didn't get a chance to see anything about it.
I haven't seen the gameplay, but I saw the players talking about this like kind of pseudo documentary thing and how none of them could beat it after their second try. Wow. I was like, dang, that's crazy. I don't know if StarCraft. It's such a weird consideration. I know they're working so hard, DeepMind, AI, all this stuff. I'm really curious how that's going to look, because I feel like StarCraft is such a complicated game.
So
processing power to know what builds to do, how to react to everything that's going on. It's going to be nuts.
Yeah, I think if we get to that point, then we have to start worrying about where we're going with technology. Like, hot damn. Oh, something different here. We got a Evo Chamber coming out from Zanster. But he might just be for upgrades.
I hope it's not. I hope it is something different and crazy and zany. But builds on hold for a second. I want to actually rewind back to last game and remind everybody how slow the openings were because of how good both players were on the defense. Remember, Zanster denied a bunch of drone kills by build canceling. His lings were where they needed to be. If he deflects Neeb in the early game, I feel like when we watch a lot of Neeb games, we don't really appreciate how far this kid can sometimes snowball with his early game damage. 5 workers might not seem like a lot, but when you're guaranteed 5 workers at every game, you get accustomed to a certain pace of the game. Yeah. Zanster denying that changes things up.
Yeah, and this map too, Neon Violet Square, definitely another one where it's going to be wide open in the middle. Obviously, you get those little squares in the middle, but I feel like, I mean, we have the potential to see another game similar to how the last one did play out. So I'm very curious, and I'm kind of rubbing my fingers or hands together.
Invisible soap.
Just my fingers. I'm literally rubbing my fingers together, like, excellent. Oh god.
I feel like that would look very creepy, but yo, this round of the second adept's actually kind of a big deal. If he gets that pylon, it depowers 3 of the gateways, but he's not going to go for the pylon kill. He's going to run up towards the main. Gonna look to see what he can find up here. A couple of probe kills, picking these off. I mean, there's adepts out, so he's limited on how long he can stay anyways. He does lose some workers on the other side of the field, so a bit of mishmash for both 3 probes to 4 drones. Actually, 5 drones, because the Oracle picked one off earlier, too.
Oh, yeah, so he's lost 5 total. And he made a lot of lings to defend it, so it does mean that those could have been drones. Unless he's trying to use these to cancel a 3rd base, then I never really find another use for the lings unless you're going to drop them, but this is good. Shield battery is a good unit, though. And they're going to get us around on the adept, as well as the shield battery, so yeah, once the shield battery dies, so does the adept.
This is not something Zanster can stay too long for. If he gets the Immortal, that'd be amazing. He just barely misses the full surround, so he's not going to get it. This dedication costs him all the lings.
It does, and he only gets 3 workers for his trouble. So, those were +1 lings, but at the end of the day, it's a lot to give away.
Tempo, we just got a resub and a new sub, by the way. Shout out to Venjek for the 31-month resub. He says, go Neeb. But then MS2300 comes in with a Twitch Prime sub, putting us at 1,014 out of 1,015 subs for the goal. 1 sub away from reaching our day end goal. 1,014 out of 1,015. That's insane. One
That's
more step
awesome.
to go.
If we could do it, man, I'll call Mama Tempo, and she lives in France right now. I'll do it. I'll do it.
Why is Mama Tempo in France?
Oh, she got a job with UNESCO and does
Oh, I was hoping it was some mysterious garçon.
It's like she's went to be DNS's coach, I guess. I don't know.
She's taking a liking to frogs and snails, so she's moved to the country where they make the most of them.
Yeah. Oh. Yo, you know what's really cool is that we are setting up for that macro style again. They're about equal workers and...
It's a really different direction from Neeb. Fast storms, really good army, not a lot of sentries invested into this time, and most importantly, no Colossus.
Right into Templar, you're right.
I feel like this style of play is a lot more reliable than what we saw him do last time. So
yeah, because Stalker Colossus, as opposed to like High Templar, Immortal.
I feel like Storms have better net damage than the Colossus does. The Colossus is more reliable damage, but it's like lower.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. The way that they do it, like Storm feels like it just completely shifts the battle.
The Storm is like a shotgun, honestly. You just like you hit a lot of units with it. Some things die, some things don't, but everything hurts.
Yeah. Colossus is
did he just see this?
Little, oh, what is it?
Zanster might have just barely missed that. I can't tell from that vision. I think Zanster just barely missed the Warp Prism with that Link Scout. Or maybe not.
Oh, that would be a shame for him.
If he goes right, he saw it. If he goes left, he didn't. Oh, no.
He misses it again. And he's going to get distracted by the Oracles flying over into his main. So this is going to be a nice little move out of Neeb, I bet.
Yeah, this is going to be quite a bit of damage if he actually gets those Zealots into the mineral lines. On the other hand, though, we do have a Spire coming up and a Hive on deck, so the Spire will take care of whatever's in the air as far as like if he needs Corruptors, he can come down a Warp Prism. But I am curious what pairs up with the Hive tech, because he has once again gone for melee, so Broodlords might be the ultimate endgame here.
Yeah. And it would work out better for him, right? Because without Blink Stalkers and not another Stargate, this is going to be a much better answer to the ground army. You don't have those +3 Blink Stalkers to deal with it. You're only going to have Archons, I would say. And then Storms if you can get on top of the Broodlords. It's not that reliable.
This is going to be bad. This is going to be bad.
Hello, guys. Here we come. Just going to go over. Knock, knock.
Jones has got to get pulled away from this. It's the only option to save some. He's going to take losses. He's dashing back home with some of the army, but... Oh, man. I don't know how he didn't see that Warp Prism. Or maybe he didn't. He didn't actually notice it. Like, either way, this cost him some mining. It's going to cost him his positioning because he was out on the map ready to strike two-pronged aggression. Now Neeb gets to push out on top of Creep and clean some of it up. He might be able to bust through the front. This still is an option. Surround on this Nexus, kill this, then move to the natural.
Yeah, any way to make it so that he's doing something to get Neeb's attention. He does not get the cancel.
Oh boy. Baneling's looking for some hits. Looks like they'll get them. Deflecting in the middle of the map too.
Yep.
Well, I'm not sure if this will prompt a recall or not, but this is starting to get a little bit scary. Zanster doesn't have a lot here, but he's got more than enough to scare Neeb. Oracle goes down as well. Here comes the Immortals. And it looks like Zanster's going to lose his army, so it's just about trading out on the way out. He catches one of the Templar, not too shabby.
Yo, Zanster has been on point with the counterattacks, I must admit. Getting Neeb to turn back all the way around. Buying him time in order to get the Great Aspire out.
We got subs coming in, guys.
This is awesome.
We'll get the count up in a moment, but we got to focus on Zanster, who's actually in a really good position to deal some more damage. But there are still storms. There's the dangerous auto attack of the Templar. Watch out for that 4 damage.
Oh, look out. But he loses another of the Templar. Like, he keeps on losing Templar without being able to use any of the storms.
Yeah,
and
you know what,
Zanster is losing a bit at home, but...
He's not causing concrete damage. This isn't hitting probe lines. This isn't killing a... Well, I guess this killed one Nexus, which was great.
Yeah.
But he's not leaving any lasting damage. He's trading, which makes me worried going forward.
Time to get the Broodlords out.
Time's in another group.
Yes. I wonder if he made it through. I think he got knocked out. Baseless information.
He did, unfortunately. He was one of the first players out of Group B, sad to say. Very talented Chinese player. Very young. But okay, transition to Sky. We got Mothership out now. So cloaking something that Neeb is going to have on his side. And Zanster doesn't have a lot of Overseers floating around. Ooh.
No, and I think he was at least able to get Overload speed.
This isn't going to work out, actually. The Immortals and the Archon should be able to shut this down.
Yeah, it's a perfect wall. Oh,
Splash
doesn't even get the
damage.
shield battery.
Yeah, almost does though. Another Zealot run by coming from the north side. He still doesn't have vision on that Warp Prism. The creeps are just barely not there, but Lings are back to respond this time. Broodlords are coming out, but so are Tempests. I don't know who this game favors right now, to be honest.
I would say that Zanster being on 93 workers might be a little bit overkill. The Broodlords need to attack before these Tempests do come out. If he loses all of this is not good. Oh man, the army of Neeb is going to be able to obliterate this army pretty much for free. I think he might be on too many workers, man. We're going to get to this point where their armies are going to meet, and he's just not going to have as much.
But that's an interesting catch-22 here, because by having more workers, you're going to have the income to replace your losses a lot better. So your 50 Banelings didn't kill your opponent, but you can immediately replace them.
Yeah, I just don't want the same thing to happen last time for him, where he was able to do a lot of trading, especially for economy, and he had enough to remake stuff, but Neeb just kind of pushed out, and the standing army was a little bit too much. So if Zanster can keep it up, then yeah, more power to you, dude.
I mean, take a look at the income graph real quick, too. This has been very Zanster favored, mostly because of the overkill of workers. But, oh, these legs get a big-ass surround, and they almost get all three of the Immortals with it. Do these have... Yes, they do have adrenal glands, and +3.
+3 adrenal glands. Gosh, those lings do so much damage so quickly, and these run-bys are going to be even more deadly.
Templar can't do much. It's forcing a recall, actually.
That's saying something, yeah.
You know what, though? This draws the attention away from this base, and the more lings going to run in, but cannons and shield battery should keep it alive.
Wow.
Zanster pulling
now
back.
we're starting to see Neeb's sick defense mode.
You know what, though? Zanster's got a really great army that shoots down and kills ground units, but does not shoot up and doesn't shoot air units. And this is where my concern falls.
Neeb is transitioning to? Air units.
Yeah, I was going to say, were you finishing that? Or was I supposed to finish that?
Oh.
Yeah, this is bad. I'm actually really, really worried for Zanster. I don't think... Like, this feels good, but I don't think it's going to actually be good. The +3 melee, the Broodlords, it should hypothetically destroy a Protoss army, but not if it's carriers, not if it's Tempest. I do like this Ling run by to the main, though. This is actually quite effective. There's not a lot to shoot back at these. Meanwhile, run by to the third base, too. A lot of cannons, though. New play cannon defense isn't enough against these adrenal glands, and the +3 tears through everything. Zealots don't even stand a chance.
They really don't. You would think they would counter it, but here come the Banes to follow it up. He's going to try to connect with the Banes, and they should be able to take out all the Zealots.
Storm's coming in too, though. They do pop off the Banelings before they get to the probes. It's kind of nice. 17 workers die.
Yep.
Oh, meanwhile, Broodlords destroy the Immortals. These guys didn't have a chance. No how, no way.
Well, Neeb, how many workers did he lose? 17, but he's still at a whopping 74.
Yeah, this is... I'm wondering if at a point Zanster's just going to have the money to just make Corruptor after Corruptor after Corruptor and sacrifice it to get rid of the air. I do like these Ling run-bys, though. I think these Ling run-bys have been more effective than anything else. Once again, getting to the third base. There's gateways, there's probes. Oh, they don't even get out alive!
I've never seen probes die that fast that weren't getting hit by Baneling.
Dude, adrenal glands is so good, Tempo!
They literally swallowed the probe's whole. I guess what I was talking about earlier was the worker count. He needs to be able to utilize all the workers though, right? He is not taking the gas in the back, right? So if he takes all these bases and then is able to get the gas mining, I think it's perfect. But the run-bys have just been brutal.
Here's how you start using those workers, Tempo. You got overkill, make spore crawlers. You need something that shoots up, make spore crawlers. But I'm a little interested. Zanster, first off, another great attack. Neeb tries to recall his units out of there, but it's not enough. He kills them. Oh no, this is going so badly for Neeb.
Yeah, Neeb is falling apart here. I think he's underestimating the +3 lings right now.
I was gonna say though, I think I'm curious on the choice not to go for Vipers. I don't think you need a lot of them, but he has intentionally stayed away from all cast units. No Vipers, no Infestors, no nothing. Not that he needs them, but it's interesting to see that that's his choice.
Yeah,
another base getting denied once again. If he gets a surround on the Nexus, he might actually kill the Nexus, and that's what he's gonna do. He goes for the kill. Look how fast that goes through. What?
400 lings have died this game, but they've done so much. They've been worth their weight for sure. In minerals.
420 there for a moment. What's up? Surrounded the Archons, even killing the Immortals. He's destroyed the ground army several times over. And Neeb, He's not got a lot of income tempo. Back left base is bad mineral patches. Natural base is mined out. Third base denied. This has been a tough game for Neeb, despite getting to this end game. And look at that income for Zanster.
Yeah, he's been dominating for the pretty much this whole half of the game. But you know what? You have to let Neeb, give him some credit as he's keeping his air army alive. He's starting to transition into this air army in Zanster. Still continuing with like some Hydras and the Lings and all that. I don't think he has a lot of upgrades for his air army just yet.
Dude, so I know so badly Zanster wants to put these GG Lords in the main, but every time he gets tentative, he realizes he'll get caught and doesn't do it. Which is good, that's smart. But now he's slow advancing. He's got the Spore Crawlers beneath the army. He'll keep spreading that creep. That's his anti-air. And because of the damage the Lings have done all game, there's really nothing on the ground. There's no Zealots that'll run by underneath this if they can even make it through the Broodlings in first place.
Oh, this is what he's doing. Yeah, you mentioned it. Add Vipers. Vipers are going to be so good, especially when you do the slow push, because you'll be able to pull them into the Spore Crawlers.
Yeah. I mean, it's always nice to think about Parasitic Bombs, but Abducts, I think, are going to be the weapon of choice for this game.
Yeah, really slow, taking your time, getting them into those Spore Crawlers, pulling them into the Corruptors so that you don't have to take them all at the same time.
Another 9 probes casually die. 68 probes dead in total to Neebs, only having killed 15 drones.
Oh my god.
Well, by the way, we're almost at 500 Zerglings dead. Half of 1,000 Zerglings died in the making of this game.
Have died this game. Next level. They've done so much though, so it's like...
Oh yeah, so worth
interesting to know how much APM has he been using on his projects to be even at this stage to make that many.
I'm curious about this, by the way. So Passing Glance completes here in a moment. We talked about no Infestors, talked about no Vipers, but I want to bring back the fact that Infested Terrans have a lot better anti-air. They've got those rocket launchers. The reason you don't see them, though, isn't necessarily the fear of feedback on an Infestor, which is always scary, but you can just storm the cluster of eggs. And the Infested Terrans don't have a chance to live. So there's a lot of things to consider, but Big Recall comes in to try and defend, but you know what? Tempo. The feedbacks go down. No Viper usage whatsoever, but the Spore Crawlers are here. Corruptors are fighting. There's a lot of anti-air, but is it enough? Yeah.
Prismatic Alignment is going to run out here, and Zanster smartly pulled back his Void Rays while it was active, and here they come. Is it going to be enough? So much is going down right now.
He's given away everything for this, though. It's so much of his army went down. I mean, this was costly for Neeb, but it was also very costly for Zanster. The difference is Zanster's got so many bases, he can afford these losses. 18 Hydras, 7 Corruptors, and a casual +3 starts up behind it.
He's maxed out now, once again, even getting more energy for that Viper. The Spore Crawlers are taking out the Void Rays at this time, and he's going to move them back, though.
Neeb needs this base so bad. He needs these bases so badly.
He needs everything, yeah.
Look at them scuttle away. That's so stupid. The Great Migration.
It looks so silly, but you know what else looks silly? A bunch of probes dying to Lings once again. Oh my god.
Oh my god, indeed. Down another 18, grand total of 99. Oh, we're one probe away. Just one more probe.
One more.
One sub equals one probe, and one more probe to go.
Zanster, give it to us, please. He's going for the Nexus, though.
Well, maybe he's not getting the triple crown, the magic 100. He has still done so much damage to Neeb, who most Protoss players, they get to this unbeatable air army, and that's just it. It's unbeatable. Not the case here for Neeb.
Yes, Neeb actually still able to do this.
Oh, does he not have any
Templar been doing this.
There's no Templar. There's no Storms.
Oh, without Storm, this makes it so much easier for Zanster to engage it. Here he goes.
Spore Crawlers just walking forward. They don't care. Broodlings on the ground take care of the Archons. The Corruptors dive in for the carriers. Even a Parasitic Bomb goes off.
Wow. And the Mothership is going to go down. The Broodlords are taking everything out on... Cannot do it. Whoa.
Zanster. He ties it up 1-1.
This is the game. If we were in a WWE event, this is awesome, is what I'll be chanting in the crowd right now.
One more 6 pool. All right. Zanster has had a heck of a series. I told you game 1 was close. Game 2 actually did go in his favor. And now game 3 decides which of these players move to the round of 16. This is spice time, dude. Both players are in the hot seat.
I am so happy that this series lived up to the I mean,
I think a lot of this game, though, you say expectation. I think a lot of people were expecting Neeb to just win.
That's what I was trying to correct myself in the sense of it being like, this could be a, an okay series, but it is exceeding expectations is what I meant to say.
Heck yeah, dude.
There we go. Jumping in right now.
Acid Plant. Ooh, new map.
Uh-oh. Well, at least Acid Plant is the one. I know this one, yeah. This is the one that looks kind of like, there's nothing like too special about it with the pipes, right? I think so. I am in. Are you in the lobby too? I think I joined off you, so obviously.
There's so many people in this lobby with names that nobody recognizes.
Backup 8. Like, Portugal, I think, too. English, DEs, German, Russian, Polish. Oh my god. Backup I, backup H. Like, who are you, man? I'm the real backup
A through
G.
Z, baby.
Yeah.
All right. We're getting into Acid Plant. Last game of the day. Last possible match.
I am just so excited. I'm so happy right now. I'm like grinning cheek to cheek. Fanboying at the same time just about the game.
People asking, is this a replay? No, dude, they're playing live from Germany.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about as real as it can get. Spawning here to the top left for the final time today. Trying to escape this group and preserve his WCS legacy from 2017. We have the Red Protoss Neeb. Shout out to Ting. bttv.ting.com.
Get it. Shameless. In the bottom right-hand corner, it is the Blue Zerg player bringing it back in an epic macro game. Give it up for Psystorm Zanster.
All right, Zanster is possibly on the road to make the biggest upset of the tournament. There's a lot of things to win, lose, money to be made, but the thing is, Neeb has the legacy. No other player in this tournament got 3 WCS wins last year.
Yeah, he lost that first one in Austin, and then kind of turned up after he lost to Hydra and was like, you know what, I don't actually want to lose this game anymore.
Yeah, he's like, I'm just done losing, so I'm going to win everything, including Kespa Cup.
Pretty much. Yep. I'm going to go win Kespa Cup and then just go on a tear.
What blows me away, though, is there is a very real... If you guys... I'm sorry, I know a lot of you just came from the mainstream. Shout out, by the way. Hope you guys had a great time over there. But game 1, while it went in the favor of Neeb, it was so bloody close. We're talking like the difference of 5 banlings could have won or lost game number 1.
Yep.
Game 2 obviously went in the favor of Zanster, and now we're on a brand new map, Acid Plant. Not a lot of people know this map, so quickly going to show it off. But if Zanster plays, if he can keep this up, he has a very real, no fake hype chance to actually dethrone Neeb and kill him and knock him out of the tournament and be the one to move on to the round of 16. But
I actually have chills, like thinking about that.
Well, as I said, guys, quick peek at the map, because again, not everybody has seen everything and anything, and one of the big things is there's a lot of dead space in the main. This is where I get worried for both players. Zanster is totally willing to Nidus Swarm, and Neeb is obviously going to be doing Warp Prisms at some point. Your natural's pretty safe, your thirds and fourths are honestly pretty normal. In fact, even fifths and sixths are okay on this map. There's nothing too crazy, just that one dynamic of this totally not super balanced pipe. And I don't know if that'll even have any effect on this matchup.
It might not even, come into play at all. There are some interesting things with that base in the middle of the map that you can take on your side. That, there is a high ground that could be abused if you do decide to take it. But other than that, I think it's a pretty cool map. It's big. And you have choices as what bases you're going to take.
Well, I think it's big, but there's also this almost Abyssal Reef quality set of chokes set up. Not terrible ones, not bad ones, but there's a lot of ramps and a lot of areas to fight. In fact, the middle might be the most open part of the map.
Yeah.
At any rate, the point is, this could look just like the game we saw. Neon Violet Square didn't have the Neon Violet Squares affect the gameplay. A lot of it was creep spread, open areas, fights, and run-bys. And Neeb, if he expands one way and then expands the other, he'll have to juggle the same split attacks that Zanster did early on. If you guys remember, the Hydras and the Banes pushing to the natural while Lings ran to that fourth base over and over and over. 500 Lings amount. Yeah.
Well, these Adepts have been annoying, but Zanster has dealt with them pretty much the same way every game, losing about 2 workers, right? Yeah, I don't think he's lost too much to that. But this is different with 2 more Adepts coming in, and Neeb is making another pair of them back at home.
Yeah, we talked about this though, right? Neeb has been going for this early game aggression every time we ever see him play. And Zanster, so far, out of even some of the Koreans I've been casting, has done the best job at denying early damage. That being said,
he really hasn't taken much damage.
I really don't know that there's like a butterfly effect here, though. I don't think denying 2 extra drones is what makes or breaks Neeb, but it does go that extra mile, and why I'm so happy to up-talk Zanster, the underdog here.
It's just cool to have an actual cast about a game that Neeb is in. After last weekend, it was just like, oh, and then he wins again.
Oh, yeah, Cheese, where he was just spanking everybody. He dropped 2 maps the entire tournament, 1 to himself.
Pretty much.
Oh, boy. Thank you, Skip Bates, by the way. 2 months on that resub. We're at 1,018 out of 1,019 for those sub guys. One to go.
Big deal. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to...
No, you're right. That was a big deal. Killing the Adepts, but most importantly, denying the 3rd base. He did this. He did this in game 1. He shut down 3rds pretty well, but it still didn't stop Neeb. So this is good, but it's not winning the game good just yet.
Yeah, but it's those baby steps going in, and
even the Oracle's coming home just to make sure you can actually get the base up.
Yeah.
Oh, another round of the Adepts though.
What? Yeah, it's gonna go down.
Trading Adepts for Lings is already good, but to get him to this quantity, to make sure Neeb's got no counterattack, nothing poking into his 3rd, like, all the Adepts are gone. 7 dead. This is a good start for Zanster.
A very good one. It's the first time that we have seen that units lost tab in a little bit more red than blue at this stage of the game, so a little bit more of a bumpy road here for Neeb, and he's gonna have to, you know, pick himself up. Because Zanster has shown that he's not afraid to go to the late game with Neeb, and that's something that a lot of people are afraid to do. So, where do we go from here? Same kind of deal? Hydra Bane. I mean, using it more to counterattack than to hit timings, it looks like, though.
Well, so that's actually, I'm glad you brought that up. That's really interesting, because a lot of the time we think Zerg, we think Hydras, we roll our eyes, here's the nerfs, blah, blah, blah. But Zanster's been winning these games with Lings and Banelings and late game units. It's not really been so focused on the Hydras. The Hydras have been more of a supporting role for this entire best of 3 so far.
Yeah. The Lings are the main, the Tom Cruise, the Brad Pitt, the...
the George Clooney's.
The Denzel Washington. Like,
hell yeah! But not the Morgan Freemans, because Morgan Freeman's way too chill.
He's way too chill. Zanster has 0 chill this series, right? Opting to take the 4th base in the middle there, that's going to allow him to be a bit more aggressive, but he has shown that he wants to be more aggressive on like the side of the map and using maybe some Ling drops to get into that main of Neeb, because I don't think there's any other way that he's going to get into that main.
Link drops would be cool to see, but I don't know if necessary. Zanster's done a really good job of pulling people apart. And the one, like, I spy with my little eye thing is, like, if Zanster's got units poised over here, and then he also sets units down here, it'll look exactly like we saw in Neon Violet Square, where he'll attack on one side, hope Neeb overreacts, and get in through the other. And the thing is, credit where it's due, we brought it up in game 1, I'll reiterate it now, Neeb is good at splitting. Neeb hardly ever overreacts.
Yeah, he splits incredibly well and just has the right amount of units every time. Now, this is a little different, Rifkin. The Baneling Nest is a little bit later, but the Spire is something that I wanted to pay attention to, because usually we saw Zanster take the Spire after he was getting the Hive. Now he's getting it as a part of his Lair tech. And might even do a Muta switch. I don't know. He's changing it up.
I'm always tentative on Mutas. Players like Bly, I can rely on Mutas for, because he does stupid stuff with them and it tends to work. But then we see other players do them, and they just don't get the damage done. The investment in gas is way too much. But if Zanster goes for a couple to stop like a Warp Prism, I love this Spire. If this is just to go for a Greater Spire later, that's still an okay Spire. If he goes Mutas, that's where I get a little worried. If you're cheering for Zerg...
It always makes me wonder, and it gets to those nail-biting situations, and I feel like you were saying, Neeb is really good at splitting. He's really good at being prepared for certain things. And if you get yourself locked into mutas and you waste those resources on them, it's like,
So, quick reminder, again, because I know a lot of people came and missed game 1. Neeb actually went Colossus and did quite well. Good micro, a lot of force fields. That's how he beat Zanster in map 1. Map 2, he didn't go Colossus at all, but instead chose to go High Templar and Storms. Yeah. So he's gone back to Old Faithful. It worked in game 1. He's hoping it'll happen again. But, ooh, he's going to bait out that force one, maybe? Oh, I don't think he sees it.
Yeah, both of them get in this bottom base here for the 4th. And I do like it. Like you were saying, that the Colossi are a little bit more reliable. I think if you need to split units up, it's a lot easier to deal with Ling run-bys with Colossi than it is with High Templar.
Plus, these stasis traps are helping out a bunch. But Zanster, of course, is on his way to Hive, and the power for his Lings never came from that layer tech. It always came from the adrenal glands. Watching some of those ropes die, I'm like, is there really not a Baneling in there? Like, how are they going down so quick?
Right? Oh. Well, I guess the Spire was the area you said for the Corruptors. So if he can get some kind of engagement, then trying to thin out that Colossus count would be his best bet. But if he gets locked out into Ling Hydra, and then he has to do Corruptors with it... Oh! And Neeb actually maxes out, then he's going to be in hell of a lot of trouble. So. Did he just miss an opportunity there?
Zanster, well, so Zanster's kind of moving in. I don't know, not quite in the best way, so I was worried about him actually taking the fight. However, while this goes on, Revelation tagged everything, but Neeb still hasn't scouted much in the main. Maybe he doesn't feel like he needs to. He's marching with a gosh darn big army tempo.
Ah, it was double Robo Colossus, right?
Yeah.
Up to 5. So
positioning here is so good. This is like the Abyssal Reef Cliff. You just can't fight this. Zanster's best off pulling away. He does what he's been doing though, and he did start expanding wildly and all over the map, so he can. Oh no! Hello?
Oh.
I saw a bit of a pause there. I got scared. Anyways, he can transfer the drones if he needs to.
Yeah, this is not looking good for Zanster if he's only gonna engage here like that. Last time he was going all over the map and getting damaged onto the mineral line of Neeb. Neeb is not taking damage this time here.
I mean, he's got a lot of force fields. And those Banelings don't stand a chance to connect on the left side, but the back side they come in on top of the Colossus. The Corruptors are helping take care of them too. If the Colossus go down, maybe there's a fighting chance, but that maybe's there because these Banelings, there's like an infinite wall of force fields. Nobody can get in.
Wow. And do enough Hydras and Banes survive? I don't know. Zanster's pulling back, waiting for the rest of his reinforcements to come.
This is some deja vu. He's like just barely, maybe not going to have enough. The Stalkers blink away, but the Lings start getting on top of this. +2 melee shooting through, no armor upgrades out of Neeb's army, and Neeb's on the back burner.
It's looking so much better than game 1 though for Zanster, correct? The Stalkers are trying to do the overwhelming game, but no. Lings with the +2, as you said, absolutely shred those Stalkers.
One of the key things was Zanster kept a lot of workers alive, right? When we saw that previous game, like he was bleeding out bases, he was losing workers. Things did not trade out well for the Colossus, but on top of that, he lost, you know, the drones. He's still on 74. This base didn't actually die. It was just the drone line that was pushed off, and now he's on Broodlords. I like Zanster's position here better comparatively to game 1. I still don't know that it's that much better, though, for this game. The Broodlords don't right now have an answer with the Colossus, but at the same time, the Colossus will take care of the Broodlings.
Yep. Because remember last time, it was that unit composition that was so susceptible to Broodlords. This is more akin to game number 1 where it's like, okay, getting that +3 is going to allow me to hit small numbers of Broodlords, but if it's an overwhelming amount, sure. I am just a little bit worried for Zanster, who is trying to keep up in supply right now. During all of that, perhaps he wasn't able to hit too many of his injects as he was using it for defense. But Neeb is looking great in the macro department.
Well, Lings and Hydras will take care of the Stalkers. There are no Adrenal Glands, though. I'd like to certainly see that come into play. That was, I feel like, his best asset.
Yeah. And he's not going for it. Using all the gas here on Broodlords, he's trying to get as many Broodlords and Corruptors as possible.
It's actually got me worried that maybe he's forgotten it, but okay, he starts +3 and he might start checking for it. Of course, if the emphasis on this game is Broodlords, then you understand why he's not going for the Adrenal Glands, but man, Zerglings will take care of these Stalkers very well.
They're really such a useful unit in this situation. Stalker, Colossus, Sentry. Yeah, the Broodlord count is going to be nice here, but I'm always afraid of getting blinked under. So if he can get that same surround that he did in that last engagement, this would be great, but it looks like he's going to try to fight it from the front.
He's got to keep the army back, though. He's waiting for the Stalkers to blink in. The Banelings were not done, though. He's hoping to crash into them. And with the Broodlords going down, Zanster's hopes of taking this fight go down as well. Too many Colossus are left over and not enough anti-air. But the Banelings get into the Colossus. It's still not enough. Neeb's pushing through, and Zanster's out of he's out of steam. He's out of everything.
No more Broodlords. Oh my god, the Stalkers have +3, one-shotting these Broodlords. And it's just like that again. Not enough on the ground and reinforcements for Zanster. Trying his best. He's so close in supply, but can he actually manage to hold?
If those Banelings had been finished, maybe he blows up the Stalkers and doesn't lose the Broodlords. A lot of what-ifs. But the thing is, I just don't see a recovery. There's no Corruptors on the way. There's still Colossus that are a problem. Hydras aren't going to cut it. Banelings aren't done. Zerglings are not going to be what he needs. And +3's not even done.
Oh, and the great American heroes. Neeb is going to push on through with the Stalker Colossus composition. God diggity doobie.
Neeb with Colossus, looking so much better than Neeb with Templar. GG, well played, and even good luck. Zanster not even an ounce assault. He knows he just lost to the champ, and Neeb will finish the group and escape to the round of 16.
What a series.
Hot damn.
Like a literal hot damn. Hot darn. Diggity doobie darn.
Alright guys, so we're at 1,018 subs out of 1,019 Beastie style. One more to go. One more sub. Can we make it happen?
Just one more, guys.
We're also still in the favor of hashtag kill tempo. So we're gonna go commercial. Yeah, it's like $4 in the favor of kill tempo, FYI, with the new bits factored in.
Whoa! Guys, what happened?
So you guys have until the commercials are done to save tempo, but we're gonna come back. We'll talk about the round of 16, because of course we'll be casting that tomorrow. After this break, so we'll break down which players made it through. We'll talk about who you're gonna get to watch, and if you are gonna take off, just bookmark. We'll be the B stream tomorrow, 2 a.m. Pacific. It's 5 a.m. Eastern, and it's probably some nice time in Europe. We'll see you guys soon.